Hello and welcome to this course, which is entitled PMWeb Project and Program Data for Headquarters Teams, Preconstruction Essentials. My name is Steve Griffin. I am with the Program Reporting and Transparency Office here at the Colorado Department of Transportation. I've been with CDOT for a total of about 18 years.
And I'm Maggie John, the PMWeb Preconstruction Program Manager in the Program Reporting and Transparency Office here at CDOT.
So obviously Maggie and I are not in the same room today, though we were back in October of 2024. That's when we gave this session live at the headquarters auditorium. The same content that we are now going to present to you here on SOC Learns. So let's quickly go over our course goals. As you can see there on the screen, at the conclusion of today's course, you will have experience with, number one, basic PMWeb and Power BI navigation. Number two, pulling project-specific data such as scope, project schedule, project budget, construction forecast, project delivery plan or PDP, project change records involving scope, schedule, and budget, and project deliverables. And number three, pulling programmatic data such as milestones, residency construction forecasts, staff time charges, and combination projects. Give you a quick idea of the course overview. Obviously, for these recordings that are going to be hosted in SOC Learns, we're going to divide this course overview into multiple short 10-minute or so chunks. Our course overview involves the following. The basic logging in procedure for PMWeb. Maggie is going to then lead us into the orientation of the PMWeb main page and some of the features therein. The PMWeb website, which has a number of useful resources there, records, tips and tricks, etc. Maggie will show us that as well. I'll then get us into the project schedule and milestones in PMWeb. The break, which was for the in-person course, of course, you won't need that if you're watching online because we've broken this up into smaller segments. Take a break if you want to. Have some coffee. We will go into the elements of the project delivery plan itself, or the PDP. We'll spend some time on that. I'll then lead us into construction forecasts, or drawdowns as they used to be called, the project estimate capture record, and timesheet reporting in Power BI. From there, we'll start to close out with looking at our project health and tracking our deliverables, and our change control or project changes. And finally, we will conclude. Something we want to make sure that you are aware of is the cheat sheet, which basically has a selection of project subaccounts or PCNs for each individual region. And the reason why we give you this cheat sheet is because PMWeb is a permissions-based software. And what that means is that different users and different user groups, different categories of users, are going to have different permissions assigned to your login credentials. So Maggie and myself, representing headquarters, have access to projects from all 5 regions, headquarters or statewide projects as well. Particularly if you're in a region as a PM or as a specialty, as a right-of-way agent, etc., may only have permissions to view a certain subset of the total number of projects in our agency. So for that reason, we've given you this cheat sheet, and that way you can hopefully use a PCN that you know that you are involved in, that you have permissions to view, and you can follow along then with the content as Maggie or I go through it. You may just want to pause your video for a second or two and take a quick screen capture of this particular frame. This gives you, as you can see, the format for the login credentials both for PMWeb and for the online version of Power BI, which we'll be using here in a few moments. And it also gives those sample subaccounts or PCNs, 1 or 2 per region. So hopefully amongst those 5 regions worth of sample projects, you will be able to find 1 or 2 that will work with your particular permission set. Now that we have our basic orientation of the PMWeb environment and some of the resources available on the PMWeb website, we are now going to begin getting into sort of the meat of this course, which is getting into PMWeb and doing a step-by-step workflow of pulling some basic project level and programmatic data. In this case, we're going to start our discussion towards that end by looking at a project-specific schedule for a single project. And then we'll go to a more programmatic view, and we will view a sort of a compilation of milestone dates for multiple projects within a program. That could be a residency, that could be North, South program, etc. within your region, all the way up to the region and agency-wide level. So let's get to it.